So, Proud Family Louder and Prouder is the revival of the Proud Family series. The Proud Family series, which came on all the way back in '01, is when it
Yep.
first debuted. So,
Taking us all the way back to 2001 of the Disney Channel original, The Proud Family.
yeah. And I remember watching this show when I was a kid. And I was a big fan of it. And I was surprised.
Mhm.
I looked it up and only had like 2 seasons and 52
Yeah,
episodes.
yeah, but 2 seasons for animated show on the Disney Channel. When I think they were trying to do more diverse content. I think that was this around the time that That's So Raven was also on the air.
Mm,
Everybody Hates Chris was on WB, I think, at the time.
mm, yeah. And also had a movie too. It had a movie. They also did a
Oh
movie.
right, the Proud Family movie. Is that the one where they had like the cyborgs that were taking over people?
I don't remember the movie all that much, honestly. I'll be honest with you. I
Mm.
just know they did a movie. I don't remember the movie much, but yeah. Which I saw somebody mention how this show kind of it's kind of like a canon issue or something like this show doesn't really acknowledge the movie because I guess Penny in the movie she was 16, but in this she's 14. And that's kind
Yeah,
of
they redo her age. This is basically rebooted.
yeah.
And they even comment on that in the first episode about how different everybody looks.
Yeah, because the first episode, you have Penny who wakes up and she goes from because in the original series she was 12, so here she's 14, and so she goes from 12 to 14, and now she's starting to develop, into a young woman, kind of
Hmm.
going to more teenage years, so that puberty is coming, and things like that, are all coming, and all her friends look different. She's looking different with her body, and then you have her
Hmm.
friends as well. One got way taller, you know what I mean? One's, and they also show the ugly side of puberty with,
Yeah, with La Cienega, who was like the cute one in the fucking old show.
yeah, she's the frenemy of the Penny character
Hmm.
there. So, yeah, you have her, so they also show, where she's got like a mustache and all this hair and acne and all this other stuff. So they show also the ugly side of puberty as well. And so, you have the whole cast who's, come back here of her original friend group, now added with an upgraded role of Michael, who was in the original show. He was just kind of a, side character,
Hmm.
who, he was kind of a joke kind of character where, he was gay, but, in this one they really have him now. He wasn't gay in the original series, but we all knew probably, yeah, I mean, he's probably
Yeah,
gay.
it was very clear. It was like, yeah, that boy gay as hell.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Because even in the first episode, he's trying out to be like a cheerleader, and he's got the like the big sweatshirt that's off to the side with his shoulder exposed, with the headband and everything like that. It's like, okay, yeah, that's in like the very first episode. You see that, so it's like, yeah. But now in this one, he's fully out. You know what I mean? He's got there. Does look great, by the way. You know what I mean? Got his whole look. Got his whole. Actually, he dresses better than all the other women in the show. Actually, that you see. And so he's an upgraded role, and why he gets an upgraded role is because Orlando Brown, who played Sticky, he leaves
Hmm.
town. Of course, everybody knows. Most people know the whole
Yeah,
Orlando.
most
Brown.
people know what happened to Orlando Brown.
Yeah,
Involves a lot of crack and a lot of controversy.
yeah. But he's getting better now. He's recovering. But yeah, so that's the reason why he's not on this anymore.
Hmm.
They don't even try to like do something where they remix his dialogue, I guess, from the original show or anything. They just have him throw up the deuces. Like, he's in the car, throw up the deuces, he's like, I'm gone. And it's like, yeah, my family left, we moved. And it's not like they even just moved to like, oh yeah, my dad got a new job in California or Texas or New York. He moved to Japan. He moved all the way across on the other side of the world. He moved to Japan. It's like they sent that guy far away. It's like they like we don't even want he wouldn't even be in the same country. It's like, nah, ship you off, you gone.
We get this motherfucker out of here.
Yeah, he's over there by Nick. Yeah, he's going there, go there with Nick. Yeah. So yeah, they just said, yeah, he's gone. Now there's a new family who's moved into Sticky's old house. And you have some new characters there, like a character who's voiced by Kiki Palmer. Let me
Hmm.
see, I'm trying to find that character's name. Kiki Palmer, there, her character. But she's a new character there, where she's kind of like this young activist girl that reads a lot. You know what I mean? Very very woke, as
Hmm.
they say. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Kiki Palmer, who plays a character called Maya.
Okay, yeah, Maya. So yeah,
Hmm.
you do have her there, who is one of the new characters, and her brother, and her dad, who's also there. So they're kind of like some of the newer additions to the cast. And I was watching a lot of the older Proud Family series before this one. I got through season one, and this show is definitely. I mean, it looks like, I don't know if it's just because it's more money put into it, or it's just because it's 20 years later. But this show
Hmm.
it looks way more vibrant, way more colorful. Way more just kind of, the backgrounds look a lot better, because if you look at the original series, a lot of the, kind of, it's much older looking
Hmm.
animation. A lot of the
Yeah,
backgrounds look
yeah,
flat.
with this, it's definitely up. They up the animation budget on this by a lot. It's much cleaner looking animation. It's much more vibrant, colorful. Character designs are much more pronounced, and it's a great looking show.
Yeah,
But it's still with the aesthetic of the original Proud Family.
yeah. Absolutely, yeah. So that's also one thing you'll notice, like a big difference, like, watching this show. Like, that was like kind of one thing I noticed, like really watching this compared to like watching the original, was that how much it's like the colors really are popping more. The background looks a lot better. A lot of the characters look a lot better. Look a lot more
Mhm.
colorful as well. So that's also another thing I kind of noticed. Watching it kind of back to back there, which was pretty nice. Do you remember much of the original series?
I remember watching a little bit of the. I tried to watch a couple episodes of the original run before watching the reboot. I don't remember much of the original Proud Family, on if I'm being honest.
Okay. It was kind of nice going back, watching it, and watching kind of what they did with the original show. They had a lot of the back to school special type episodes. Like, I was watching one, I
Hmm.
was watching one where they did the whole, like, it was Black History Month, and they did, where she kind of got, like, it was like a Wizard of Oz situation where she got swept up, and then she ended up in like 1955, and so it was like the racism episode, like, hey, teaching like little kids
Uh,
about racism and things like that. Then there was one episode where they did, like, where they kind of brought in a homeless family, and then this homeless family taught them about Kwanzaa. So you had like that also special episode there. So they would kind of do different, episodes like that there, in the Proud Family, and talk about that. Um, which I thought was nice. And here, you kind of have, a lot of those similar kind of elements here, where you have, in this first episode, it's about, Penny now, she's on the journey becoming a young woman, and that, and what all comes with that. And you see her now, of course, you have Oscar Proud here, who's her dad, who's, very
hmm.
much, he's like, hey, this is still my baby, this is my little girl. I don't want to see her, grow up like this. You know what I mean? She's not. I don't want her to date till she gets married. So you know what I mean? Like, I got this strict vision for her and everything like that, which is still very funny. All the people come back to voice the characters, like Tommy Davidson, who does Oscar Proud, and he's very funny as that character in that role. And even like going back and watching the old show, I was like, I wonder if this still will make me laugh. Like, I remember having good memories, and it did. I remember, like, going back and watching the old
Yeah,
show, it did. It was
yeah.
still
The
very funny.
little bits that I was able to rewatch of the Proud Family, it's still funny. It holds up a lot.
Yeah, yeah, it does. I was like, yeah, this is still pretty fun, especially when it was Oscar and his mom, who's Sugar Mama in this.
Oscar and Sugar Mama.
Yeah, I mean, like, them always going back and forth. I thought that's always really funny. Like, them constantly making fun of each other. I thought was yeah, I think it's really good. And yeah, I thought that was really good. What did you kind of think about this newer series there?
Okay, with this newer series, I think everything that you're saying is right. The animation, it's much more vibrant than it is here. I love the look of the animation. I think the voice cast, they step back into all their roles seamlessly. The only issue I have really is with the first episode. I think it is a little uh, too loud, too like kid show humor that I'm not a big fan of.
Mm,
It is just kind of random bits that don't really connect. Whereas the second episode of this, I think, was brilliant.
mm. Okay. Huh. So you like the second episode more than the first episode?
Yeah, I had a lot more the second episode that I got genuine belly laughs out of the second episode, especially towards the end and how Sugar Mama's plot gets resolved in the second episode.
Mm, okay. I would say I think it's reverse. I think I like the first episode a little
Hmm.
bit better. I think the second episode. Why I didn't like the second episode as much is because the second episode is about Penny. It's basically their take on influencer culture, social media, and that's what the show. Now that the show's in 2022, they update
Hmm.
it with a lot of like okay, we got to modernize it and everything like that. So there's a lot of like there's references to Bitcoin. Then with the slang, they do a lot of like is she throwing shade and stuff like that. So they try to really update the lingo too as well and stuff like that. So and then the second episode is all about the social media culture, influencers, and they have one character who's basically James Charles, basically like he's a like a big
Hmm.
YouTube makeup person. It's like okay, basically it's like James
Hmm.
Charles, basically. And I like they don't even really have a funny. They don't even have like just a good name. They call him Makeup Boy. He's just Makeup Boy. Like
Hmm.
they even like
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, damn, y'all couldn't even come up with like a better name. It's like I thought that was just like something like shorthand that because she couldn't remember who the person was. He was like, oh, Makeup Boy, but they were like, no, that's really what his name was, just Makeup Boy. I thought it was just kind of like okay, yeah, it's like your social media kind of episode that you have to do in a lot of these, kind of like cartoon shows now, animated things. It's like okay, you kind of have to do that, and all about like getting canceled and the power of
Hmm.
canceling people and having social media platforms things like that. I didn't dislike it. I just thought maybe compared to the first one, it was to be better for me. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, so with the like, what were some of the jokes you laughed at with the second episode?
Um, all of the ones with Penny canceling people, realizing that just got so power hungry she canceled the entire school.
Yeah, she ran at
Seeing
everybody.
how she handles Sugar Mama.
Yeah, like they try to like a square off. Yeah, like old West style. Yeah, that was better than Boba Fett and
that
Cad Bane, honestly.
Yeah, that bit got me laughing, especially when Sugar Mama comes back and she's just all jacked and shit. And even the dog.
Oh yeah, that was a good bit yeah, that was a really good bit at the end. Yeah, yeah, that was really great. So yeah, I mean, it's still some good laughs here. I think it does a good job really updating a lot of the stuff
Hmm.
here, bringing it back in. Um, and some different changes. The intro music, it's pretty much the
Hmm.
same, but they do a little bit more of
It
updating
it's the
it.
same. It's the same song, but it is updated. It's like a different style. Where the original run, it was done in like that style of that like a Destiny's Child esque type of music. This one, it's more updated.
Mm.
It's like a little more like hip hop influence. It's definitely something that I could see like Saweetie covering.
Mm, yeah, and there's a different person who's doing the music for it
Hmm.
as well. Because in the original show, like you mentioned, it was Solange and Destiny Child
Mm.
who did the intro for it. Which I yeah when
Shit,
I
that was actually them. Damn.
yeah I mean it was mainly I mean Solange, she was the lead singer, but it was also Destiny Child too as well there. And now this new person who does the song is Joyce Rice, who does the new version of the song. Yeah, I heard a lot of people not rocking with the new song though. Saw some people not really rocking with it all that much. I don't know. I mean, I do like the older version. Like watching the older version again, I was like, oh, that's right. Yeah, this was a bop
Yeah,
back in
that
the
has
day.
the better theme song.
Yeah, the old.
That has a much better theme song.
I mean, I don't want to be an old head, but I was like, oh yeah, this older version. Yeah, I was
Mhm.
like, this was a bop back in the day. I was like, oh shit, yeah. I used to really like this. Yeah, so I thought, yeah, that was pretty nice. Yeah, it's not bad. The new intro is just I think I do prefer the older one. That's all. It's not bad, but I
Mhm.
just think I prefer the older one. Yeah, and it's a lot of a lot of really great stuff here. Like I said, with this kind of newer, fresher animation, looks like a lot more money's been put in this show. And I do think a lot of the jokes really work very well. And seeing kind of all these kind of characters come back and what they can kind of do with them also has me really excited. So I think this was a strong first 2 episodes for me. and seeing all kind of the different things they can do. Yeah, what kind of your thoughts? Kind of like, yeah, there.
Yeah, as far as rebooting the Proud Family, a show that is kind of one of the like gems of the early 2000s. It was back in like the golden age of Disney Channel where you had stuff like that, stuff like American Dragon, Jake Long. You had it was the golden age of television animation. Really, you had all of the channels like this, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, all of them churning out banger after banger after banger, and bringing the show back. I think they did it in a way that it's has enough similar vibes from the original show that it is a nostalgia trip, but there's enough new lanes that they can take with the humor and some of the jokes that it will still entertain kids watching this. I dug the absolute hell out of these first two episodes. I can't wait to see more.
Yeah. Tara Strong, I forgot to mention Tara Strong. She like originally voiced BB, who's the tall white girl here. Now they have a new voice for BB here, as well.
Oh man. I
Um,
mean, I guess let some other voice actors get some Tara Strong.
yeah. And then Magic Johnson's son, EJ Johnson, he's replacing Phil Lamar, who voiced Michael Collins in the first original series. So now he's kind of the more 2 years older Michael in the reboot series.
Yeah, and you got some great guest voices coming up. You got people like Lizzo, like Billy Porter, Lena Waithe, Leslie Odom Jr., Eva Longoria, Jane Lynch coming on for an episode, Tiffany Haddish. You got some great guest voice actors.
Yeah, like the original series. Yeah, the original series had a lot of black talent kind of come in. Like there was an episode with Samuel L. Jackson that was one. Yeah, they had a lot of great black talent kind of come on the show even in the original series as well, which was pretty nice. A lot of great talent there as well. I really enjoy this. Going back and having the show kind of make me go back and watch the original series again. Was really good. I really appreciated that because I was like, yeah, this still holds up. I think very very well.
Yeah.
And the show discussing a lot of those things now, especially with a teenage girl going in there. I wonder if she'll age up more in the show. I wonder if they'll because she's not even in high school yet. I wonder if they'll
If she just like the next season she gets to high school and just turns into Euphoria.
yeah, it turns into Euphoria. She's Zendaya from before Rue from that show. Yeah, I'd be interested to see. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think Kyla Pratt still does a really good job as Penny Proud. She still has that youthful voice, which is very very good. I think if you remember the Proud Family, if you're a person who was in that age range like me and you, and you saw it when you were a kid, I think this will be a nice return. And I think for newer kids, if maybe you got kids of your own now, you're that you can sit down and kind of relive that with them and have a good time with it. And I think they'll really really enjoy it. I think it's a strong series. I give it a tune in for me. Yeah, very much so.
Same, off the strength of the first two episodes, it's absolutely tune in.
Yeah.